So this is kind of wild. This is coming from Wired. The other day we did a video and we did a compilation of a bunch of clips of foreigners coming to America for the World Cup, and they loved it. They thought it was great. Go out and watch that video. It's like 45 minutes long, but there are a ton of clips and TikToks of how much these people love America. Well, a few days before, Wired put this article up trying to fearmonger, basically being like, hey, you're under surveillance if you come to the U.S. Trump's going to get you. He's going to send ICE after you. You guys shouldn't come here.
Hey, oh my gosh, how much people from the UK came over? It's not as bad here as it is over there.
No, and they were actually commenting. They said our media basically lies to us and tells us how bad America is and how dystopian America is. And we get over here, and it's a very different story. Now, I'm not saying America's perfect. I'm not saying we don't have some problems here and there, but they're massively overstating this. They're making out like
a lot of our problems are social media, are based on social media.
It is.
It's deliberately made to keep you at each other's throats, because then they get more clicks and more engagement and they get more money. So it's financially beneficial to a lot of people in the media and social media if we hate each other and are fighting constantly. And they paint this picture of this, messed up America that isn't really true. If you go around to any place and you're just walking down the street, you don't know who people voted for. You don't care. Like, it is what it is. When there's a crisis in our country, everybody unites to try to help.
Most everybody.
I mean, no, it's true though. Like we had I know like our town, where I'm from, they actually were the fire company. It's a small town. They were taking donations and they took truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of stuff and help. And they stayed and helped in North Carolina when there was flooding. Yeah. They didn't have to. You have all the people like in the down south that are, that send their people up when there's a problem. They work together. And that's what America actually is. But what you're being told on social media is not what's real. So it's nice to see people coming in from other countries and experiencing America and appreciating the things we forget.
All right, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We get woohoo if you do. Woo. If you'd like more Clownfish TV, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV episodes and podcasts you will not find anywhere else. And if you'd like to listen to us instead of watch us, you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts. So thank you very much for that. Let's just walk it back here a little bit and just kind of restate what's been going on this week. Especially there have been all kinds of videos of foreigners. We're talking Europeans, we're talking Japanese people loving America, loving Buc-ee's in particular.
Texas barbecue.
Barbecue.
And here's the thing, like one of the people that were doing a video commented on, and they're right. They said soccer isn't big in the United States. I mean, there's a lot of people who like soccer, but overall, it's just not like a huge thing over here. So most Americans didn't even know the World Cup was happening in America.
No, they didn't.
I didn't know the World Cup was happening in America because I don't pay attention to that. But what's interesting to me is the fact that people didn't know, and that's what they're focused on. People didn't know they were coming, and they're still that way to them just because they're here. So it wasn't like they're just pretending to be nice because, they're trying to kiss up to you or whatever. They didn't even know you were coming. Most people didn't even know you were coming. They're just like this normally. They're happy and they're nice to people normally. Yeah,
but the media paints a very different picture. The media wants us angry. They want us at each other's throats. They want you to believe that, and again, I'm not saying that ICE raids aren't real. I'm not saying that, people maybe that shouldn't be thrown in the vans or aren't being thrown in the vans, but they're making it out like ICE is waiting behind every bush for everybody.
If you come here, you're going to be detained. You're going to be questioned. They're going to send you back. ICE is going to get you as soon as you get in the door. And it's not like you've been told.
They did this with the video game developers conference too. They're trying to scare people away from San Francisco, which is one of the most liberal cities in the country. They're trying to scare you away from San Francisco because they had people convinced that there were like ICE vans parked outside the stadium.
There's lots of reasons to be scared away from San Francisco, but that wasn't one of them. I mean, the poop in the streets or any other number of things that, that would be scary enough for me not to go to San Francisco, but that's not, the main, the ICE being coming in and taking you away wasn't going to be the main thing.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this. This is Wired a couple of days before everybody started coming in.
It was like on the 10th.
Yeah.
So in the past 8 days, we've seen so many videos saying complete opposite of what Wired tried to do. And it's another case of the media. And this one is a definite left extremist leaning media outlet, Wired of all places.
Wired.
Who anti-Trump, anti-ICE, anti-everything, constantly trying to stir up issues that weren't there before people even came over, trying to scare them before they even got here.
Soccer fans are being watched. They said more than 5 million international fans are expected to attend the FIFA World Cup taking place this summer across 16 venues in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. They said experts have warned that heightened terrorism... Experts, have warned that heightened terrorism concerns linked to the war in Iran, that is actually true, could be used by the Trump administration to justify the deployment of invasive surveillance technology without adequate safeguards. Moreover, there are concerns that ICE, which has an array of advanced surveillance technologies and its arsenal from face recognition to spyware, could carry out aggressive immigration enforcement during the tournament.
Oh, please. UK, you can't even, like, they want to look at your phones and see everything on your phones before you post things. Like, your people are in trouble for, like, liking things from years ago. I don't want to flip and hear it. This is probably a nice vacation from the police state that has become the UK at this point in time. And, like, over here, like, they have all these different places. They're trying to put, stuff on across the board. They're putting things that to survey people all over the world. It's not just here. Is it cool? No, but I'm saying it's no worse here than other places. You're going to find it just as hard, if not harder, to get into other countries as you do in the U.S.
If you're flying in for a week or two, or even less than a month to watch the soccer games, right? You're not in any danger of being rounded up by ICE. It's
not unless you go out there and do stupid things.
You do stupid things, but that's any country. You do stupid stuff. Ask was Johnny Somali. Ask him how that went for him.
If you go in there and act like that, you might get in trouble. But even then, they'll probably put up with it more than they do in other countries.
So this comes from the ACLU, of course.
The ACLU.
Security is often used as an excuse for agendas that have nothing to do with security at all. I will agree with that, but this is the purpose of this was to scare off international visitors, because they want you to be convinced that because of ICE, it's a police state over here, and that is not the case. They said in the Trump administration, that often means using surveillance systems to assist in the administration's abusive and lawless deportation drive.
Well, no, here's the thing, Wired. If you fucking come over legally, you don't have a problem. The problem is a lot of people are here illegally and doing a lot of really illegal things, and that's why they're getting their asses deported. And you know what? If you go to any other country in the world, they also have laws, stricter laws than we have, to protect their borders, to protect their people. And other countries are running into trouble, but they're being so overrun. Like Japan and stuff's like starting to like stand up against it, and they need to. And I'm sorry, get over it. That's the reality. But if you're coming in for like a vacation and you have your paperwork in place, you're fine.
So it said in response to Wired's request for comment, a DHS spokesperson says that federal resources will be deployed alongside the 11 host cities to ensure the security of each match. Well, yeah, I mean, you have a lot of people from all over the world. You want to make sure it's secure,
and you want to make sure that they're protected too.
Right. They said they're going to work around the clock with federal, state, local, and international partners to ensure a safe and secure environment. Now they're like, but they've got AI-driven surveillance and they've got robot dogs. Robot dogs are going to be deployed.
They're in other countries too.
I know, right? Yeah. What was the country where they're literally walking down the street, patrolling people and telling them to
was it China?
It might have been telling them to stay on the side. I think it was Singapore. They had to stay on the sidewalks or something.
Singapore, you litter? Oh man, you think America's bad?
Oh my God. Yeah. There was a whole episode of Star Trek The Next Generation that was an allegory for what happened in Singapore in the 80s, where that kid went over and started smashing car windows and stuff. An American kid. And he deserved
it.
Yeah, he did. And they caned him. And that was the whole thing. They're trying to stop him from being caned. Now, the difference is they had Wesley was like accidentally stepped on the grass. They were going to kill him. But this was like, this kid was being an asshole and he was busting up windows. And they were like, yeah, we cane people over here for that. Sorry. And he did get caned. It happened. And a lot of people here in America were like, you know what? You went to another country. You deliberately broke their rules and acted like an idiot. You deserve it.
Ask Johnny Somali how that goes.
Ask him. Like a lot of us over here are rooting for him to get his ass kicked over there.
Because his behavior was awful.
Yeah. So they're talking about facial recognition. They're talking about AI surveillance, drones.
The whole point of this article is just to try to terrify people before they came here that they were going to be surveyed, they were going to be deported, that they're going to be detained, and all this shit that didn't happen. That's what this whole point of this article was. Because this is not written for an American audience. This article is clearly written to try to scare people away from coming here. Because we don't want them to come here and find out that America isn't as bad as what they've spent the last how many years trying to portray it as. You know? And now their lies are going to come to light. And they don't want that.
Now, I do agree with, and we've talked about this before, they said overall that security and surveillance is usually ushered in under times of, great duress. And in this case, because we're at war, we have to...
It's not just now. They were doing this shit,
30 years.
COVID.
40 years.
Okay, prime example. You were going to have, a shot passport to go to a restaurant. And they were like making sure they were triply enforcing that. Don't give me this. It's not just under Trump. It was under Biden as well. It's been. And the government has been pushing and pushing and pushing further than what they should be allowed to have in America. And that's a whole other argument. But the whole point of this article was just to scare people away and try to convince them America is a terrible place. And yes, there are some parts of America that I would not recommend going to. And there are bad places in America and bad things happen here, especially in city areas and things like that. That being said, American people didn't even know you're coming. For the majority of American people, they didn't even know, okay? Because soccer isn't a thing that's that big here. It is, but overall speaking, it's not like it is in the rest of the world. And people just didn't know. But this is how they are normally. They're treating you like they would treat you normally. They aren't faking it. They aren't like putting on a show to make America look better. They're just embracing it, and they're getting excited about it. And people are seeing videos from these people, and then they're inviting them like, hey, you want to come with us and go do this or whatever to experience America. I had foreign exchange students. I lived in the foreign exchange student dorm when I went to college, and I had friends from all over the world, and we brought my German roommate and her friends for Thanksgiving. We brought them home for Thanksgiving because they were going to be in the dorm by themselves otherwise, and we gave them an American Thanksgiving. We took them to the holiday parade and everything else, and they were just beyond thrilled because everybody was so excited they were there. And that's how we are. Like, you want to come my problem is more the merrier, unless you're coming in to cause problems or you're not doing it correctly. Then that's a different story. But the more the merrier is basically the mantra of the United States. It's a melting pot, for pity's sakes. We're like made up of everything.
It's a melting pot, but a lot of people here are having meltdowns over.
Yeah, and that's what Wired tried to do. Wired tried to, they're going to find out we lied.
Yep.
And that's what they did. These outlets have been lying. You're being lied to. Shocker, we've been telling you this. But that's what this whole thing was. It's to cause fear that it shouldn't be there before you get here.
All right, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, get fucked, Wired.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.